You're live on the intranets.
Hi, Internet. How you doing? I assume we have people already?
We had 2 people.
Nice. I like that.
What's going on?
3 people.
How about that? Yeah. Mel, do you want to like talk any shit? Like, fuck you, we're early or anything like that? Or
I'm not the one that always makes us late.
Oh, that's true. Hey, Graham, how about it? We're early today.
Fucking go call my kids. Fuck both of you. Go call my children. I'm not the one that makes us late either. I was here on time when everybody went to bed.
One would say, yes, you did make them, which makes you at fault.
Geckle's here.
Geck!
Gonna be an O and don't care professional job.
Mm-hmm. Well, Geck there.
See what happens when we get in before 9 o'clock?
I mean, don't worry. There'll be some props for you there. You know, how about that shit?
It's 9:53.
I mean 10 o'clock?
Do we want to go ahead and get it started then?
I'm still on spring forward time.
I saw a reel earlier that said, what y'all don't know is that hour we lost was the hour I was going to get my shit together. And now it's too damn late.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's a good one. I'll go with that one. Want to go ahead and get a show started then, Mel? Let's do it.
You want to not tell me what to do?
This is Lars from Maryland. I support Leeds United. I have the softest hands in the business. Just ask Big Sam.
This is Alan.
You listen to the DU Football Show.
It glitched.
Okay, gotcha.
See what happens when you tell me what to do. The system fucks up. We're going with that.
This is Alan with Tune Army Baltimore.
Sam's glitching now.
Now I fucked up.
No,
I'm pretty sure the first
system.
glitch you didn't push the record button, right?
No, I did. I just didn't
did?
hear that one. No, this one had hit and then it snapped. Let's take a deep breath in.
This is Lars from Maryland. I support Leeds United. I have the softest hands in the business. Just ask Big Sam. You're listening to the DU Football Show.
Do your fucking shot on the Lord, woman.
And a deep breath out.
Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
cannot tell you how hard it was for me to resist the urge to talk as soon as y'all push the buttons to make it a hat trick.
Yeah, I know. Just justify with a little bit more.
So bad.
We are on fights. This is what happens. Our clocks are all off because we started 5 minutes early. What the fuck? Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show. A completely biased recap of the 5th round of the FA Cup is told by 2 common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, staging out his smokes, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing over there, buddy?
Doing very well, sir. Thank you.
Very good.
Have to.
Yeah?
Without my own vehicle. That I can't,
Yeah.
they gotta be planned out.
Yeah, got to be planned out now.
Degeneracy is planned out.
Means there'll be a little bit of a longer break in between shows here, and you will definitely be hanging out for a few minutes after the show before you get in the car to go home.
With as much as we have to get through, I'm pretty sure we might be able to just roll through it.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah? Well, you'll be all right. You'll be able to survive.
I think I'll be okay.
I mean, you do have your hate patch in your mouth there,
And I've
so
got my crack
I'm
pipe.
sorry, your hate pouch.
My pouch.
Pouch.
It's a pouch.
Yeah, your
Thank
hate
you.
pouch. Your Tucker Carlson.
It's not
Zen
from
stuff.
Tucker Carlson.
I totally is. Mel, it's from Tucker Carlson, right?
Yeah, he advertises on the Peloton.
Yeah. And, of course, on the ones and twos, doing sweet-ass fades while taking her shots of Banked Malort, producer Mel.
I was not expecting it in the opener. I didn't even have a chance to prepare.
All the steroids out of the system. Girls getting better, and I just go, here, drink a fucking Malort. Well, and it's just, you know, marriage. That's all I got to say about that.
I want to go back to winning.
Yeah, well, hey, next Man United, you might be able to pull off a win there.
I want to go back to winning.
It depends.
I don't like losing.
If it's the fifth in line of the games, then it's a definite Villa win. But if it's 1 through 4, I think Manchester United got an edge
Very true.
of a streak. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They've done it now twice to that kid.
Yeah. We're recording to you Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts, and of course streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
I will, absolutely. It is at D Football Show on all the social media and dfootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
And of course, if you would like to listen to this show ad-free and get some extra content by supporting the show, how do you go about doing that, Mr. Graham?
Patreon.com/D Football Show. We got one $5 tier where you get all the things Sammy just talked about.
Only 2 commercials on the Thursday show, unlike the 14 that were on the Monday show.
We're going to need some more Patreon.
Just a few there, you know. That's how that rolls.
And pennies trickling in aren't really helping much.
We are just fucking getting paid dollar bills, y'all.
It's like a Glen Burnie strip club around here, just getting fucking quarters thrown at you.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, first, just mention number 9, but we were not able to get it simply because it's not available in market, and we're not spending the double market value to get it mailed in. But we are on to number 8 in the top 10. So lead us on our way, sir.
Yes, so number 9 would have been Torberg's Legacy Series, The Sound of Sleet. It got a 94, and it was an island single malt scotch from one of the islands. This is from the island of Skye. And it's the quote-unquote other distillery besides Talisker. So that was that one.
Yep. And if somehow we find it,
we could revisit it later.
I'll bank it for next year, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the good news about missing a few here, we're going to be able to get in a little bit of a gin binge at the end of the year, which we both love.
We love the gin binge.
Producer Mel loves the gin binge too.
We have a new Hendrix this year coming.
Excellent.
That I no longer sell, but I did all the work for.
Yeah, of course you did.
The whole pre-sale. Now somebody else going to make the money off it.
Yeah, of course that's how it's going to go.
But as soon as that comes out in mid-March, I'll be grabbing a bottle,
Nice.
obviously to hold on to, and we'll do it on the show.
Love that. Okay, well then what is number 8?
So number 8, what we are actually drinking tonight is the Rampur Barrel Blush. This runs 90 proof and comes in at about $105, as told by Whiskey Advocate. I reckon you'll probably find it somewhere between $115 and $100 and $115.
Real quick, just a big shout out to our contributor to the show, always on the Whiskey Show, and very full-ish of him. Jay is who contributed this bottle to the cause.
No, it's very well done. As we mentioned before, jump on that Patreon because the commercials ain't doing shit.
Yeah, no shit.
It is an Indian single malt. This one, Rampur. They've been featured before a couple years ago.
Cabernet finish.
We had something, the Asvada, I think it was called, something like that.
That was one.
Asavda, maybe.
Yeah, that was one Nicole went out and bought. She loved it that much when we did the Whiskey Show. She went out and got a bottle of it herself. They make great stuff, man. They really do.
They really do. So this is India's Rampur Distillery. Oh, I'm sorry. Johnny McCormick brings you another blurb here. India's Rampur Distillery continues to impress with its elegant single malt matured in bourbon barrels and finished in Australian Shiraz casks. The nose blooms with rose petals, black currant, caramel donut glaze, and hints of leather, rose hips, and red velvet cake. Dessert-like and indulgent, the palate reveals velvety layers of sweet vanilla, fondant-covered sponge cake, marzipan, red apple, baked orange, and raspberry tarts. The texture deepens as it sits in a glass, leading to a succulent, lingering finish of spiced plum and vanilla. Master blender Anup Barik exhibited his finesse using wine casks with Rampur. It's a Sava. They mentioned it here in the blurb. I added a D for no reason. I tend to do that. That's why I have 4 kids. Excuse me. It's always good when you laugh at your own joke as well. With Barrel Blush, he has surpassed it.
Very good.
So let's see what we think of that.
For me on the nose, I do not get the sweet elements. I do get a lot of the rose hip, the rose, and the leather. I get all of that. I
think maybe there's like a back note of like black currant, because there's almost a tartness on the end of the smell.
Now on the flavor, definitely get that, like, what was it, a fondant cake, like that kind of frosting, like a thicker frosting that's really sweet and lovely.
Fondant covered sponge cake specifically is what he said.
So sugar cake.
Fitting for Jay to have bought that for us, seeing as that's the one dessert served at Fulham is a Victoria sponge.
That did not know that is.
They just make fun of that side of London a lot.
Okay,
for
very
being
good.
very posh.
For being posh, heard. Quite lovely.
It's delicious.
I
still get some rose, right up front, and then it is very dessert-like over the mid palate. And it does linger a bit.
Little to no smoke. It's almost all kind of that wood tannin and sweetness that rounds out on the back end.
It does, if you look in bottle too. I don't know if you can see. It almost does present a little blush, like a little pink. It's got a hue, a pinkish hue to it.
And have it here on ice. With ice to it, much, much, much more floral, and kind of the sweet elements kind of go away.
Okay.
A little more leather, wood, and and floral. I know a lot of people really dig on Calvin. I know a lot of people dig on Amarut, but for me, I think Rampur of the Indian whiskeys is who's doing it best, personally.
Yeah. I tend to agree.
Not a lot of smoke or peat to this. Sometimes with the Indian whiskeys, they're so in love with Scottish whiskeys that they do a lot of that kind of homage and make them almost too smoky.
Yeah.
And this is fucking lovely. Really, really good. Deserving of a top 10 spot. This is a great.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And price point, that's worth the price of admission. Like $100 for a aged single malt that's been twice finished in barrels. Yeah, that hits all the notes for me.
It's everything that you want it to hit for real. I mean, it is quite nice. Now, maybe my palate's just not as developed. I mean, I reckon I got a pretty decent palate. Marzipan's not there for me. A little bit of apple, maybe. Orange, a little bit, maybe. Like a cooked orange, I could see that. Raspberry tarts, no.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'm excited to see what the water does, like you said here, but I just got it on the ice a second ago. And a little bit of vanilla on the back end, spiced plum. I mean, if I was really reaching, maybe.
Right.
But it doesn't stand out for me.
Right.
It's that dense cake with the fondant cream. That was big when it was
dense,
neat.
sugary cake.
Yeah.
Like I really, really, really get that. And like I said, that wood tannin on the back end really allows it to linger without it being grippy or bitey.
Yeah.
It is very, very lovely.
Yeah, and it doesn't, for me, drink anywhere near 90. I mean, a lot of scotches don't get up into the barrel proof territory because they can present so fucking hot. This doesn't drink anywhere near 90 for me.
Yeah, it's a lovely little dram.
It's very, very good.
All right, what else do we always have to do,
Always
Mr.
remember
Graham?
to drink responsibly.
Very good. Getting in with everybody because producer Mel's able to have a sippy sip again. The road to the quarterfinals was tougher than expected for a couple of top sides. And the dead last place club in League One is now in the final 8. Arsenal 2, Mansfield Town 1, Chelsea 3, Wrexham 2, Port Vale 1, Sunderland 0.
Chelsea added a fourth right at the death.
Oh, that's right. My apologies. 4-2.
I did the same thing. I changed my notes today.
Yeah.
Because I shut it off.
That's right. Well, no, I was watching it. I just completely
Blanked on it.
Blanked
Yeah.
on the last goal. That's right. They scored right at the death because Wrexham was pushing.
João Pedro, scored right at the
Quality, like some starters out there. They made some changes. but the Stags were fucking ready for you guys, man.
So I don't know that the field was the great leveler in this one like it was at Port Vale.
Oh, that was a massive leveler at
big
Port
time.
Vale.
But it definitely had a little bit of a story to tell. But there were so many changes through the midfield. I mean, we didn't start a single one of our normal starters besides maybe Eza, you could say, who still has only started like 3 out of the last 15.
Right.
Including the FA Cup. But you had Norgard in there, and then Zubamendi was also sat. Norgard obviously playing the race role, and then Zubamendi was also sat. You had 2 16-year-olds in Matt Dowman and Mari Salmon. No Gabrielle, no Saliba. It was just Mascara and Calafiore as the experienced heads at the back.
But like Mascara, like do you have
He plays occasionally,
got guys who have also, while like Gabrielle and Saliba were down, guys that got minutes.
Got minutes, yeah. It's not like he's inexperienced. And we've won. This, I think, was the 15th game that he started. Arsenal have not lost a game that he started yet. So here we go, Carling Cup final, or it's not called that anymore, is it? It's the Carabao Cup Champions League final eventually, and last 6 games of the season. Right. Mascara in.
Mascara in. Madueke was absolutely fantastic.
It was excellent.
He went, okay, we're going to make some changes. Well, I'm going to make a point to Arteta why
I'm going to make a case for myself.
I should be starting, and he carried the Gunners.
Absolutely. And the problem there is Saka is so good, and Saka is so emotionally important for the team, having come through the academy.
Right.
That I mean he could bag 2 hat tricks in a row, and I'm not sure he's going to start over him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just for that reason. But what he's doing is keeping himself firmly in Thomas Tuchel's plans as well to be Saka's backup. You know, and to England, I think he has a better chance to displace Saka than he does at Arsenal.
Yeah, not wrong.
The other piece to that, which was brilliant, I like an expensive gag. I like shit out of spite. You know that. Did you see the Mansfield supporter that was holding up a Saka shirt in their end of the ground that they put some tape over, I guess, and wrote, and it said Saka shit? Like sack of shit.
Love it.
That was pretty good.
Fucking brilliant.
It was pretty fantastic.
I don't know the full story, but the one thing that's notable about Mansfield Town is it's a husband-wife duo that are kind of local celebrities within Mansfield. And they made the climb kind of with Stockport and Wrexham. And they were all like, all the attention obviously going to Wrexham because of the, the Hollywood actors owning the team.
Right.
But Mansfield's made a great turnaround as a whole, and they're a team that's sitting right in the middle of League One, and they were almost in the playoffs last year. They feel like that kind of team. Like, just give them a couple years.
Yeah.
Gonna see them in the championship. We're gonna see
they seem to be doing stuff the right way for sure. They just don't have the resources that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have.
Of course,
But and I thought they gave a great account of themselves in this game. Really, Arsenal were troubled a few times, but they actually took a chance, and it took Arsenal, a second to settle down from that.
Well,
now, once we got the second goal, I think we kind of controlled the rest of the game. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the kid Max Dowman, because he makes
excellent.
He makes right. That's what I was going to get to.
Excellent.
He made the mistake that led to the goal, and that was the only thing he did wrong. The rest of the match, he was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, he could
the only thing he could have done better was score.
Yeah.
And he had like 4 shots on target. I mean,
Booming
the kid was
the sidelines.
He was dancing through players in the middle,
hard on defense, getting in on the tackles. I mean, the kid played brilliantly. He just made one mistake, and what I loved seeing is after that happened, veteran players just coming. Nope, you're up. Come on,
it's fine. Don't worry about
it. On the back of the head, it's over. It's done. Fucking get over it.
Well, what they should have done was look at Christian Mascara and go, "What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
Why did you keep backing off?
Right.
Why can't you tackle when someone? Because he got dragged out to the wing a couple times. It looked uncomfortable.
And then as a goal, that was, that's just class, right? Like,
yeah. So
you give this much room, you give just a foot of room, and a player of his quality, or just a Premier League player, what is the difference between League One and the Premier League, is that little bit of quality that if you give them no more than a foot of space, they're going to rip a ball in the back of the fucking net, and there's going to be nothing you can fucking do about it.
So this I heard today, and it's a very, very good point. I've never heard it articulated like this, and it's absolutely true. We talk about Achapong's goal for Chelsea as well, along with his Eza goal. This is the difference between the lower leagues and the Premier League.
Right.
And this is maybe the biggest difference between the Championship and the Premier League, even at that level.
Agreed.
Where the offensive players think 2-3 steps ahead and are able to pull off their thoughts in real time, where you as a defender don't even know you've made a mistake yet, but the attacker's already got you on your ass. You don't have a fucking chance.
Right. You're already done.
And Eza's goal especially was a beautiful first touch that set him up perfectly, a fantastic second touch on a difficult pitch that set him up perfectly, and by the time he shot, the defender didn't even know the ball was gone.
The ball was already past the keeper before he was even fully diving. It was already in the back of the net. It was a great combination of beauty and power and composure. Right, where he took it in. He had a guy on him. Little drop of the shoulder as he took his first touch, shifted the defender that was right on him. A slight hesitation drew the second defender in, which he pushed the ball right past, and then he stuck. And then he just absolutely lashed that ball top bins. Yeah.
It was fucking brilliant. Yeah. I really loved Madueke's goal also because of its simplicity, but still hit with power.
Right.
I mean, and that's the accuracy that you find in Premier League footballers that you don't find in the lower leagues, right? I mean, he didn't even look up at the goal.
Well,
he knew exactly where he was, and the sweep, he hit it sweetly, but he essentially swept it in at pace with his left foot. It was absolutely stunning.
So the example I always give to people when I'm talking about the differences of the leagues is a simple ball from one side of the field to the other side of the field in the air. A Premier League player brings it down on their foot with absolute ease right into a dribble. We watch that every week. We think that's the norm.
It's still not the norm.
Fucking norm. The rest of them, it's a harder touch. At best, it's a foot in front of them.
Right.
It's not brought down on their foot almost like they carried it on their foot into the dribble. And that is every player on the pitch in the Premier League. Right. It could be an outside back. It could be a wing. They nice and easy, bring it down, keep on running.
Exactly.
Where everyone else that hits their chest, it shoots out 5 feet. You take for granted what we see week in and week out and forget that there's a reason why it's the top.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And again, once Eza's goal goes in, once that second goal goes in, it was pretty much cruise control. You had the Arsenal players were starting to gel because obviously it was a much changed lineup with a formation they don't use very often. Everybody thought it was quite rude. I thought he was trying to be funny, but humor's not really his strong suit. Mikel Arteta, he's a very serious, high performance podcast kind of guy.
Right.
But he said, 3 at the back. That's interesting. How long have you been working on that? He was like, about 10 minutes. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
Yeah. But I think he was trying to be funny and cheeky, but it came off as odd.
Right, of course. We'll talk about the matchups that'll be at the end of OSO. I've got all the quarterfinal matchups, so we'll get to that later. The race course ground was fucking electric.
I can't believe the amount of noise that they generate in that stadium without a fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's fourth wall ain't there. They're just building it right now.
They're still building the stand, and it's barely off the ground. They're still laying the foundations and stuff. I find it amazing the amount of noise they can generate from just 3 stands.
And Wrexham came to play and Chelsea wasn't ready for it. Their younger team was not ready for what Wrexham had in store for them at all. This was one of those classic 12-round heavyweight fights where the champion doesn't realize, oh wait, shit, I'm in a dog fight. Like it's very much it was akin to when Buster Douglas beat Tyson and Tyson had his first loss. Like Tyson just, well, oh shit, this is going more than 3 rounds. Right. He's not on his back yet.
I've never done this before. Yeah, I'm in uncharted territory.
Chelsea had a lot of that, just like, oh fuck.
But you throw in with that, Chelsea's also fairly inconsistent anyway. Mm-hmm. So, and Wrexham are, despite what you might think about the project, over the last 4 seasons have been extraordinarily consistent, and they've built correctly. Mm-hmm. They've built with the right pieces, with the right manager, with the right mindset. If you don't buy into the program, you're out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so they have this togetherness that you don't really see at a lot of that you don't really see at Chelsea.
Right.
To be quite frank, I did love prior to kickoff seeing somebody in a Deadpool mask.
Yep.
Think that's good.
Yep.
Taking a page out of the Brighton supporters books over the last few weeks. We caught a few people in seagull masks prior to kickoff.
Yep.
The point was also made. How funny would it be, and absolutely fucking terrifying, if everyone in the home sections of the Amex were given a seagull mask and all put it on prior to the teams walking out, and then you just have one dickhead that was dressed up as a French fry. And all the seagulls had to chase him.
A French fry with the away team's kit over top of them.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. That'd be absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
But I think there should be more of this. I really like remember the old still of, I think it was as West Ham manager, might have been as Everton manager, not sure, when things were starting to go a little sour before he left for Manchester United. Mm-hmm. There was just somebody pictured behind him in a Grim Reaper costume at the your old stadium, Goodison Park.
Yeah.
And I think they did it again at West Ham when things were going bad. Somebody near the dugout. Somebody near the dugout dressed as a Grim Reaper. I think it's hysterical when people show up to footy in costume. Yeah. I think it's very, very funny.
Or the T-Rex costumes whenever Everton comes to Newcastle. They always wear the T-Rex costumes and run around back and forth behind Pickford's net.
Exactly. Sam Smith, fine finish to give Wrexham the lead to start things off. Chelsea, though, I thought got very fortunate, obviously, with theirs. Ball was probably going wide. Mm-hmm. Defender wasn't to know that, and tried to clear the ball. Hit it off the back of his goalkeeper, who dove to try to stop the initial shot, and it trickles into the back of the net. It was a very unfortunate own goal, but a very Championship League One own goal.
Oh yeah. But then they take the lead again.
They did. They fight back. They take the lead again. Callum Doyle. I mean, what an instinctual finish. Mm-hmm. It was excellent. It was absolutely fucking excellent. It was everything we all wanted. And unfortunately, you obviously get the red card.
Right.
That's what changed the game. And Dobbs, he was looking leggy before that. Mm-hmm. And that, obviously, it was just he was late to where he needed to be.
He was late and he was high.
Garnacho's pretty fast.
And I did very much love, by the way, when it went to 2-1, I wanted to say this about Garnacho. Apparently he was taking things seriously because he decided to pull up one short leg to let that quad out. Except for it wasn't his dominant leg.
Is weird.
Like
Alexis Sanchez used to do that a lot.
Aren't you supposed to do that with the shooting foot, right?
It's the big it's a big South American. I don't know why they do it.
Show off our meaty ham hocks.
Well, Alexis Sanchez used to do that in warm-ups.
Yeah.
He used to roll his shorts up into his sliders and play with his whole thigh out.
Yeah.
Like to wear his training top that they wear pre-match.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the front of his shorts.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's fucking weird, man. And I don't know why they do it. Maybe it's just because they're young, rich, and all in great shape, but strange. The mid-game is strange. And only was like the LL Cool J of fucking wingers.
Well, I like to refer to him as the Marcy Darcy of wingers. Yeah. The high cheekbones and the short little spiky.
I just like to refer to him as a cunt.
Yeah, very much.
I don't like him.
And of course, he ends up scoring goal number 3, which, yeah, honestly, I don't think anybody in the stadium knew it was a goal.
Well, Liam Sr. celebrated for a second, and he goes, "Wait a second, it's a goal, right?" It was very odd, and the reason for that was because where the net attaches in the back, it's attached to another bar. He slammed it in from point blank range, and it hit directly off that bar, and the net never bulged, and it just came out. So it looked like he hit the base of the post at first. Especially from 2/3 of the ground.
Yep.
And Liam Sr.'s standing there with his hands up going, that's a goal, right?
Yeah.
And then the referee pointed to he goes, okay, good.
And then you think, the magic. Oh, my God. A miracle's going to happen. Ball in the back of the net. There you go. Wrexham 3-3. This thing's going to fucking penalties. Only to have him called offsides.
It was offsides, which is annoying because I also think that ball was going in anyway. I don't think he needed to touch it.
And that is what you started to hear ringing through the entire racecourse ground was them just chanting.
Well, I don't know if you saw it. Rob McElhenney said it in an interview afterwards on television.
Oh, he said, fuck
me.
Way to go, Robbie Mack.
Well, we'll come on to, I can't remember what manager it was. It might have been, what's their manager's name at Wrexham?
Oh, I was going to say last week we had J.J. Watt talking about it, but.
Whoever Brian Clough manages.
Okay, it's not Wrexham.
Then it
Because
must
Wrexham, it's the same manager who's been with them from the National League all the way up.
I don't know who it was.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter who it was, but he's managed. It's Brian Clough's son, the old Nottingham Forest manager. He was managed over 1,000 games. This was his first ever time being involved with VAR.
Maybe that's Port fucking Vale's manager.
I don't think so. I think that was another guy. It doesn't matter. It's not the point. I also might have got it wrong, to be quite fair.
That's fair.
So what? Move on.
Yeah, but ultimately that's what do them in, and then of course Pedro tacks on the one right at the end, and it's not because Wrexham was just pushing to try to get that next goal.
Yeah, and that's what eventually allowed the fourth goal in. But Wrexham weren't.
Phil Parkinson.
Yeah, that's
Phil Parkinson.
That's the manager of Wrexham.
Thank you.
Oh,
but he had.
And that's whose first match it was with VAR.
okay.
But they had chances. There was another reason.
Of course, Stat Boy to the rescue.
Thank you, Gek.
There was somebody that was talking about Clough the whole time for some reason, and maybe I just conflated it. Doesn't matter. I'm moving on myself.
Yes,
I can get out of this rut. I promise.
you can. I'm just waiting to see.
I don't like when I get shit like that wrong because I know those things.
Happens to the best of us. But we got it. We came in with the save and we're good.
The other thing here is Chelsea, as they were pushing for the winner, Wrexham had chances. I mean, they very easily could have made it 3-3.
Yeah, chances.
Very easily could have made it 3-3 if a couple of little decisions were made. Now, I told you I don't particularly care for Garnacho. I liked him when he was the hardworking youngster at Manchester United. That was the only one that seemed to care. Then he dyed his hair, grew it out a little bit, and looks like a surfer boy with the high cheekbones. And now I really don't like him because he's got a chip on his shoulder, and it's really annoying.
Telling you, Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
Yeah. Not a huge fan anymore. I'm less of a fan, though, of Mark Cucurella. And I want to say right now, my current favorite player is Kiefer Moore. Gave him a little kick, a shove. He ends up on the ground, and then he stands over him, and I imagine yelled a lot of expletives his way.
Get the fuck up, you cunt. yeah,
that was one of my favorite things from the entire match.
Match ends in the post game. Obviously, Robbie Mack says fuck VAR on live TV. And this pretty much probably settles in with the rest of what everyone was thinking. But Ryan Reynolds is like, how do I feel like we just won when we lost that match? And that's true. It's what it was. They made an amazing account of themselves, and if they're going to make that push to the Premier League, which both of us are going on record saying we don't want them to get promoted this year. Another year in the league, you're probably best suited if you're one of the two automatic promoted teams.
Right.
Because then it means you've kind of gotten a vibe for what that is, right?
Yep.
And also, that quick of a meteoric rise, you might spend a little too much money and find yourself in trouble if you don't stay up. So, but that was a great account of themselves. It gives that team a lot of confidence going into the rest of the way.
Especially after they went down to 10 men and the way they still created, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, two of the goals were a bit unfortunate in general.
Yep, agreed.
But then you also look at, for the storyline and the plot line, this is probably a better result than them winning it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's if they go on to beat Chelsea, I think the expectations change. I think the pressure changes. I think it could do things to people because this is not a game they were supposed to win. But they gave a good enough account of themselves that they can draw confidence from it, and it can get people on board with them. Oh, look, the evil empire winning again. Fucking Chelsea's $6 billion spent in 2 seasons, kind of vibe versus, probably the most well-to-do club in their situation, but far less to do than Chelsea,
right?
Financially,
precisely.
Right? So I think it might end up playing into their hands from a mindset and a sort of optic standpoint that they did not win this game.
Right. And then we move on to Port fucking Vale.
Last season, we lost every fucking game. Last season, we lost. And now you're losing against Port Vale. Fucking Vale. Dead. Fucking dead. Mother, sit down. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
That's the best is though. Now we're losing to Port fucking Vale. Sit down. Fuck off.
That's one of my favorite.
I felt it only proper that we add that sound drop to this game because Sunderland is left going, we just lost to Port fucking Vale. Here is an instance where the pitch completely dictated the match.
100%. Sunderland couldn't get going, obviously, with any of the football that they play. They also made a fair few changes, as they should have, because it's the bottom team in League One. Get some people some rest.
It's a team that is definitely getting demoted.
You also don't want anybody with any injuries as well, especially playing on a pitch like that for real. But besides that, the pitch and the football itself, how running on sand and running on land are two different things?
Yep.
Running in this mud pit
Yes.
isn't the same. By the end of it, Sunderland looked tired.
Oh, yeah.
They looked very tired despite having a bunch of the ball.
Your feet become cement, and you don't run it all the time. They do.
Exactly. And running
they
it
spare their
and
energy.
Possibly turning your ankle a little bit, just a little tweak here or there with some uneven ground. All that sort of stuff plays its role. It took now City ultimately, and I know we reference it all the time, eventually kind of beat them like 5-1 or whatever it was against Newport City.
Right.
Newport County rather. But there were times in that game where City didn't look very inventive. There wasn't a lot going on back then, and this was the same with Sunderland. They're now that being said, Port Vale aren't as good, right? They had a chance here or there. The goalkeeper had to Elborg had to make a couple of saves, but the best save he made of the whole day was from his own left back.
Right.
And that back pass was completely because of the pitch.
But that was it. He made 3 saves, and other than that, really wasn't overly challenged. Like, Port Vale did a good job of just slowing it down, making it ugly, not giving any space to Sunderland at all.
They didn't give Sunderland much, but I don't think he got credited for saves. I think a couple of them were crosses that he gathered, Elborg. But he had the one shot on target that Port Vale had, they scored with.
Yeah.
And go ahead. I know what you're going to say because I was going to say it. I wrote that stat down too.
He's a boyhood Newcastle supporter, and he runs
off doing the Alan Shearer arm up
right in front of the sun. Like, he made it a point. It was like, I would like to let you all know how are the lads.
The best part about it is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that sequence of play resulted. It was, it came from a corner, but the corner was from the back pass. Right. So 09, I think his name is, ball bobbles up. He's trying to pass back to his goalkeeper. Ball bobbles up. He gets under it. It's flying towards the net. He goes down. Goalkeeper scrambling back. And it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Had to jump while running.
Right.
Had to jump and extend his neck and back. Right. And harden his core and get a good header on the ball to head it over his crossbar, which is one of the best bits of goalkeeping I've ever seen, because to keep your head in that minute, right, I can't use my hands. It's a definite back pass. It's going to result in an indirect free kick in the box. Can't do that. I can't jump that high. So what am I going to do to stop this own goal from happening right in front of me? And he did literally the only thing he could do, and he fucking pulled it off. And he got a flick header, right, from about 7 yards out to go over his crossbar. It was absolutely fantastic.
And from there, honestly, Port Vale saw it out relatively comfortably. Like, I mean,
for the most part, yeah, because Sunderland just really couldn't create much. I really did like the Ben Wayne header as well. I thought that was incredibly inventive from the position he was in, and he had to generate all the power himself. But to put it high, to have the wherewithal to put it high like that was fucking excellent.
And for the first time since the 1950s, Port Vale find themselves in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Rounding out the rest of the fifth round so that happened. Liverpool 3, Wolves 1, Manchester City 3, Newcastle 1, Southampton 1, Fulham 0, Leeds 3, Norwich 0, West Ham 2, Brentford 2, 5-3 to West Ham on penalties. Reds got their revenge in the midweek, which I think everyone who watches footy at all knew exactly what the result of this match was going to be. I don't think anyone was surprised. No,
this was the second time in just 4 days that the two teams had met, and Liverpool are exponentially better as a team than Wolves are. They would have been ready for exactly what the atmosphere was going to be. They would be ready for exactly the tactics that were going to be employed. And I think Rob Edwards did too. And he made a fair few changes to his team selection.
Because there's a chance. There's a chance. And if there's a
cup run ain't going to save you in the league.
Right. Great. You could be Wigan and win the cup and be in Europe and go down. And also, by the way, that crippled Wigan because then they went down again. Back down to League One.
Yep.
They've only been back up to the championship once since winning that FA Cup.
Exactly. So it was pretty much just all Liverpool won it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these games, other than really the West Ham Brentford game, there's not a lot to really say, right?
No, Andy Robertson was good for him to get a goal.
Yeah.
After being kind of shunned this season, and it was a sniper of a finish as well. Kind of outside of the left boot, slicing across his body, and the ball kind of bananas into that far bottom corner. It was a stunning strike.
And then at St. James's Park, Newcastle come out quickly, get that first goal, and then honestly, by midway through the first half, completely faded, and then City just rolled.
Yeah, it's so difficult with them, man. I do not understand. Now, I know Guimaraes is a big miss in that midfield, but I just do not understand what is wrong with Newcastle this season in general. Their performances are so inconsistent. In St. James Park hasn't been the absolute fortress it has in the last two seasons. maybe 3 seasons. So I can't put my finger on what's going wrong, but like I don't know if it was the Ezak, if that one transfer meant that much, and maybe it's the way it played out that meant so much. And
I
then
would
the
say it's more the way it played out.
The truncated start for Visa with being injured, but not being able to get the money. These guys they brought in might not have had a full preseason. I'm sure they didn't have a full preseason. So it's been so difficult.
Good news for Newcastle is Ramsdale, since replacing Pope, who Pope looked shaky at best, Ramsdale has looked shaky at best. Like with a defense now, granted, some of it may be because their defense has been really diabolically bad this season. That maybe the keeper feels like they have to overcompensate, or maybe the defense feels like they have to overcompensate for the keeper. But it's just back there is a fucking mess.
Well, I think part of the problem too is just Eddie Howe in general, right? One of the biggest criticisms levied at him this season has been his loyalty to certain players that aren't necessarily performing. Like, I know Livermento's had a couple injuries here and there, but none of them have kept him out that long.
Right.
Why is Kieran Trippier still in the field?
Right.
His legs have gone for 18 months now. Right. Nick Pope looked shaky last season. The talk was Aaron Ramsdale should be playing more.
Right.
Still goes back to Pope. He puts in Ramsdale for 1 or 2 games here and there, and then yanks him again. Yeah. And it's like, how's he supposed to get any consistency? If you want him to show the form he showed at Arsenal, play the motherfucker. Right. Yeah, even the form he showed at Southampton. He was the only reason they had a chance to stay up. Until they didn't anymore, but he was making 3-4 saves a game despite losing 3-0.
Yeah,
it was his defense was a piece of shit.
Yeah, agreed.
So he's one that needs consistency, and Eddie Howe's not giving it to him, and it just I think that is part of the problem as well.
Keeping it rolling, this is the perfect example, the Southampton-Fulham match, of seeing a FA Cup draw suddenly slip out of your fingers, because Fulham had opportunities. They had opportunities.
24 shots in general. I think 8 on target.
Match.
Yep.
And then it's one mistake at the end of the match, penalty, goal, done. Over.
Absolutely.
You're out of the fucking cup.
But this is, I think this is more to do, and possibly rubbing off on the team a bit. But again, it's hard to justify what I'm about to say because of the stats. Sometimes it's just one of those games where the ball won't find the back of the net, right?
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes that happens.
But it's like a plexiglass is put in front of the goal and it ain't going in.
But this is one of the things that was said beforehand. Marco Silva likes to fuck off games that they should win. He does it in the league. He does it. If this was City at home in this round of the FA Cup, I think he could have gotten on board for it, and it would have been a tougher game from Fulham.
And it just, Fulham looked good. It was just like, okay, it's going to go to extra time. Fulham will win in extra time. Oh, wait, penalty. Oh, wait, goal. Oh, wait, it's fucking over. They just lost. Now, here's the question I have for you, Mr. Graham. I'm not sure if you've been aware of it, but Southampton have been wearing these blue and yellow kits that are the replica kits from 1972, which was the last FA Cup they won. They're going to be at home against you. Do they wear the yellow and let you wear your red? Just because there's juju in that in that kit?
They shouldn't not. Yeah. They shouldn't do.
Yeah.
You're at home, wear your colors.
All right.
And let us fuck you up properly. I do like the and I'm pretty sure it's not a false friend, but I do love the Brazilian that should have put Southampton ahead by passing the ball to his teammate, screwed his shot wide. Old Science. Cienza.
Yep.
That makes me laugh. Johnny Science.
Yes, Johnny Science. Very good. Leeds are in the quarterfinal, Sam.
Leeds are in a quarterfinal. I knew this was going to be a drubbing.
Sam,
until Longstaff's goal,
they never get out of the third round. They're in the quarterfinals.
I know.
Man.
Good. They'll lose next week. Don't worry.
They just
or not on Easter weekend.
They just like
whenever these fucking games are played.
They love to fuck. Like, I mean, I think it's something like they've lost the most third round FA Cup matches for like a higher level club, right? Like,
Oh, really?
Like lower teams.
I would have thought it was Newcastle.
Yeah, they have lost
Because Newcastle went about 15 years straight.
so many, and honestly, it was a rather boring affair. They just went to work and did their job.
Until the Longstaff goal, I'd agree with you.
Stat Boy checking in. First time since 2003.
Wow.
So they went 23
yeah,
years.
23 years. Yeah.
So I know.
I know math hard.
And
I know
wanna
Newcastle
say,
went like 15 straight, losing in the third round or something insane years ago. I didn't realize this was that long.
Stat Boy, check this too. And Mel, when you get the stat, you can come back with it.
He's sitting at home on his computer. I'm never watching this shit again.
Even
They're
if we're
making me
on to
do
the
work.
other match. Well, just I want to say it's something like 50 plus third round exits, something like that.
Like
for Leeds.
overall?
It was, Lars had told me that one time, and it was. I mean, it's like an appalling number of amount of times that they've gone out in the third round
Like
of the
just
FA Cup.
by chance, you should have gotten through.
Right. You're just
Yeah.
you're like 50, and then you think you're like, oh wait, this competition's been going for
53 years. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
150 years. You're
So,
like
a third of the time.
they're like,
you
and-
fuck off the third
and
round.
Also, not a third of the time, because there was the whole period of time that they probably weren't in the fucking competition. Because remember, it used to be the whole amateur competition with the
true.
Right. So that's like 2/3 of the time they don't fucking advance. I mean, it's something really stupid. So I'm sure, like, Leeds supporters, they're like happy, but they're like,
weren't they in a European Cup final?
How the fuck did we get here?
Yeah.
Like,
Can't win their own domestic.
What the hell? Like,
That's funny, right? What do we do with our hands? But the Longstaff goal was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
But it starts off with was it Goodmanson? Didn't have any right to keep that ball in.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely fantastic stuff.
What were you asking him?
How
many overall times? Yeah.
Exits from the third round that Leeds had.
Okay, apparently he's still working that because he came back with James Milner, played in the last fifth round win for Leeds, and then played 964 more matches.
It's not that much. I think it's 694.
Well,
964.
after
He hasn't. Oh, Leeds have played 964
No, he
matches
has.
since that. James Milner has not.
No, he is not.
He just played his 670th game or some shit.
Maybe he's just making a joke about it. Like,
Could
how we
be.
talk about, I mean, most of them as a sub, unlike Gareth Barry, who like started
every
fucking
single one of them, right?
Like,
But he just
started every fucking one of them as a holding midfielder, having to run everywhere.
That number's definitely in the 600s because it's been talked about a lot the last 2 weeks.
I have to say this real quick.
He just passed
There's
it.
one dude who put up like the top 20 Premier League players of all time, right?
If he fucking
He put Gareth Barry at 20, which you
Okay,
know what?
fine, fair dues.
He puts Milner at fucking 19. I'm like, are
Get
you
out.
fucking kidding me?
Get the fuck out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Because you only put him in there because has now played one
Right.
more game than fucking
No shit.
Barry. Like,
Now, it also wouldn't surprise me because remember that Leeds were in the championship for a long time. Mm-hmm. If they've played over 900 games since that win,
very true.
that's very true because they had a fair few more games in that league than James Milner ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Gecko stands by it. You said for club and country, and it includes Europe and
Oh,
cups.
club, country, okay, and cups. Okay, we're talking about the
We're talking
Premier
about league
run.
appearances.
The league appearance. Okay, it's in at the end of the world. Semantics. So finish up here, and then let's get to the actual entertaining game.
Right. No, but the Longstaff goal was brilliant. The touch, it came to him in a fucked up angle because Goodmanson, I'm sure he didn't expect Goodmanson to get to it in
Right.
general. But the touch, the turn, the technique to find it was absolutely fucking phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal, that goal, and it needed to be talked about.
When the best way to describe
But the rest
this
of the game, you're right, was absolutely comfortable.
is when we talk about what a Premier League club is supposed to do against lower opposition in the FA Cup. That is the picture perfect example of exactly how that's supposed to go.
Right.
You don't beat them 9-0, like Southampton got beat 9-0 twice, but you just manage them. And it's never in doubt, and you shut them out, and you score 3 or 4 goals, and it's comfortable. And that was the perfect example of that.
Absolutely was.
What was the perfect example of a fucking fantastic FA Cup match was today's match between West Ham and Brentford.
Such a weird game.
But also the two primary players, like your studs, right? Thiago scoring 2 for Brentford. Bowen scoring 2 for West Ham.
Both of them having the nerve to hit a penalty and then both hitting in the penalty shootout as well.
When you think, like, for the neutral, what do you want to see in this match? What I saw, that is exactly what the fuck
just make it
you
entertaining.
want to see in that match.
Yeah, because here's the other thing about it, right? As a neutral, you want to see something entertaining. But as somebody whose team is still in the competition, I didn't care which one advanced. Because I fancy my chances against both of them, should I have drawn them.
If anything,
and I wasn't in a position to check with work. I didn't know who we were going to have in the next round.
Right, which we're going to get to in just a moment.
Right, but what I'm saying is I could have been happy with either result had I found out later who won the game.
And what you also want to see if you're still in the competition is all the other teams around you having to play another 30 minutes more than they need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that team has to make subs and make players that they would have really liked to have gotten
rested
a rest
the whole time
to make them play.
West Ham seemed like the only team that wanted to rest anybody.
Right.
Brentford started with pretty much their starting lineup.
Oh, absolutely.
Nuno made like 8 or 9 changes again. Another manager made a ton of changes because
it worked.
Well, but they're also, it's not even about advancing here because they're ones that still aren't out of the drop yet, right?
Right.
Granted, it's all goal difference. So,
and
but
also only a point behind Tottenham. Let's remember to mention that because it's worth mentioning.
All I'm saying is he would have wanted to get his players some rest, right? Because the league push is much more important. That's what really surprised me about this game because Brentford should have dominated that second string of West Ham, and they fucking didn't. West Ham held their own. Like I said, you still had 1 or 2 players here. They're like Somerville came on later in the game, but it started with Bowen.
Yeah,
It's a good goal to start it off. I think both penalties were nailed on fucking penalties.
Yeah.
As well.
Agreed.
It was a great spot from the referee for Somerville's shove on Adiemi, who I can't remember who it was.
By the way, Somerville is a lucky boy that in extra time
he didn't get sent off.
That was definitely that could have been given as a yellow.
Absolutely,
And
probably should have been given as a yellow.
He should have been sent off. He was a very lucky boy.
But what it really boils down to at the end of the day is what in the fuck was Django Wantara thinking?
Geck and I were talking about this right after the match. We were texting each other. Was what West Ham did is all 5 of them walked up and ripped the fucking cover off the ball. I'd rather my player miss.
It's 3 of them went to the top right.
I'd rather one of my players miss because they hit it in row Z
than do that shit.
Than to do that shit.
I mean,
I still haven't forgived fucking Onana in that Fulham game where he walked up to be cutesy and then mishit it and he just dribbled right to fucking
yeah.
In the,
I forgot about the worst penalty I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, like it's
at least this one got off the ground.
And it was also he was the 5th shooter and all he had to do was score and Everton advanced and you're just like, just rip the fucking cover off the ball, man.
Hit it
hard where they can't get it.
I think it's the ego. It has to be. Where they see their name written in lights. This is going to be a highlight for generations. Yeah. They're going to release a DVD of this moment. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And it just, listen.
Step up,
listen.
Rip the fucking cover off the ball.
None of you are Zinedine Zidane.
Right.
He had the stones and the ability to do it in a World Cup fucking final.
Right.
Okay? And he pulled it off because he's Zinedine Zidane.
Right.
Widely regarded. It's one of the top 5 players of all fucking time. Yeah. You're very good. You're a good footballer, Django Wantara. You're not Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, don't do it.
Fucking sit down.
Like
just put your foot through the back of the ball and score the penalty.
And
do your job.
The worst part was if he puts it anywhere, he beats Areola. Because he stutter stepped, he stopped, and then he just went, "Oh shit, it's coming right at me," and put up his But he would have been late to the ball. It didn't matter where he would have put it; he would have been late to the ball.
And to be fair, it shows a fair amount of stones from Areola as well. Because
I don't think it was stones. I think Areola was just stuck in cement, and it just came to him.
The key to a good Panenka is you still need a run up because you need the goalkeeper to think that you're moving, right?
Right.
He was too lackadaisical the entire run-up, right? And Areola clocked it, I think. And he had the, honestly, it's a strong word, but it's the only word I can think of. He had the bravery to just fucking stand there. Now, I think he was in his head. I think that was on purpose. But then he just stood there. How many times you see a player approach a ball and a goalkeeper's already starting his dive?
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like, I think Django Montara was so fucking casual about it. I think Areola made a conscious decision to stay where he was.
Oh, all right. So let's get to the quarterfinals real quick. I don't want to really get into breaking it down because we're going to do it on an injury time. And if somebody wanted to get injury time and support the show, Mr. Graham, and get this show ad free, how would they go about doing it?
Patreon.com/DUFS Football Show.
Excellent. Very good. But what we have for the quarterfinal draw is Southampton to host Arsenal.
What I will give you is a little teaser. We're going to beat the bricks off them.
Yeah, that's a
Keep
good.
going.
It's a good draw for them. Chelsea gets Port
Lucky fucking
Vale
bastards.
at the
Absolute
bridge.
rats. They don't
At the
deserve.
bridge.
They don't deserve that.
If that
absolute
was
rats.
if it was at Port Vale, I'd give them a chance just because I don't think the prim and proper Chelsea could manage that pitch. Because Sunderland, northern town, right? Little fucking rough around the edges. But come on, the fucking Londoners, they would have been like bitching about their fucking little mud on their socks and shit. Exactly what everyone wanted, but these two clubs. Liverpool heading to Manchester City in the quarterfinals. It's what the neutrals want. It's what everyone wants. Because we want one of the two of them out of the cup, just in general. If they could both be out of the cup, we'd be happy.
It'd be even better.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then the final one,
Especially from where I'm sad.
either West Ham or Leeds are going to fucking Wembley for a
Going to the
semifinal.
semis, yeah.
How about that, man?
So to crush Geck's hopes, it's West Ham in it.
It probably will be just because that's how it's been going for them. That would be what Leeds would do.
Sure money.
All right. We obviously have the Premier League coming back this weekend. So that means we've got bets for y'all. I am still, since we didn't bet last week, just up 601 dull hairs. What do you got going on, sir?
I am still down 1982. A great year.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
And just like last week, 7.407% of the time, it works 100% of the time. I am not giving you the big
9-way parlay.
but this is a little risky, but possible and great fucking odds. I am taking Villa to win at Manchester United.
You just want Mel to drink more Malort.
And I'm taking Leeds to go to London and beat Palace. Plus 1171.
Wow.
That is insanely good odds for two teams that could certainly win.
Could certainly do it. I
yeah.
might actually put that in.
Yeah.
In real money.
That's like,
To be fair.
I was shocked at the odds of it. Like, I'm getting just a Villa winning at United was like plus 380. I'm like,
Did somebody get hurt that we don't know about?
I mean, they're not in.
You might want to check that.
They're not in form. I mean, I get that they're not in form. I get that they have Champions League in the midweek, but plus 380? Like,
Yeah, I mean, those are
like
very good odds for that. Yeah.
plus $1.85, $1.75.
Maybe.
Not fucking 380.
Yeah,
dude.
it is. That is very good value.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so what do you got, Mr.
All
Graham?
right, so I've only done 6. And it's actually all quite sensible. I know people are going to be annoyed.
good
People are going to
gambling.
be annoyed by it. It's all very sensible. Chelsea or Newcastle to win in a double chance. Over 2.5 goals.
Definitely going to be a draw then.
Both teams seem to leak goals, but I think somebody gets over the line. I think this game finishes 2-1. I just don't know who it finishes 2-1 to.
Fair enough.
Is the point I did that. Which is why I didn't go for a correct score, but I definitely think it finishes 2-1. Arsenal to win, under 3.5 goals in the game. We're kind of misfiring a little bit, but I think we take it too.
We, fun fact, the top 4 defenses in the Premier League, it's Arsenal, it's City, and it's Everton and Chelsea tied for third.
Yep.
Like, Everton may not score goals. they don't give up any.
Right.
So it feels like a 1-0, 2-0 kind of match.
Exactly. And you're coming to us, which is the big deal.
Which we don't do particularly well in your building.
No,
Only
but
the COVID year was the year we beat you.
But it's also not the last game of the season, so we won't walk out 5 or 6-0 either.
Right.
You know, when y'all didn't give a shit, you were just
We were
you were
just
still drunk
and happy to be safe.
So I think that's pretty sensible there as well. Burnley versus Bournemouth, under 1.5 goals in the game.
Okay.
Both teams, I think, are misfiring a little bit.
So a 1-0 to someone or a 0-0.
Yeah, because the reason I say that is both defenses over the last few weeks have been quite decent, minus the one kind of psycho 4-3.
Right.
From Burnley, which is the outlier if you look at their last 5. Neither team give up a huge amount of goals, and Burnley are also at home, which is a big deal, and they'll feel chuffed about their recent run of form in general. So I think it's a 1-0 game to somebody or 0-0 draw. Sunderland versus Brighton, I think, is also going to be under 3.5 because it's at the Stadium of Light. And so, again, Sunderland are just misfiring right now. I think everybody's a bit tired, and a lot of people are in a position where they're not being as adventurous. They're going, let's hold what we have.
True.
And so I just don't think there's going to be a ton of goals. I also think, though, if going back to the first leg, I think Chelsea and Newcastle both need to go for it. So I think that it's going to be a bit more of an open game than we think it's going to be.
Agreed. All right, not bad. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, any parting words?
I don't think so, no.
I never sent you that story, but it just very briefly, this is something Brody sent us. Apparently in the Czech Republic, a male coach has been fired and charged for video surveillance on female players in the locker room while they were changing. Now, I don't have all the details. I didn't read through the full article. I didn't send it to you, but just you as a father of girls and a father of a girl who plays high school fucking soccer, right?
Happy International Women's Day.
And your brother who coaches a
girls.
high school girls soccer team and a semi-professional women's fucking soccer team.
So
fucking horrid.
What I will say is I hope everyone keeps their perspective on this. I hope people are vetted a bit better before they take positions. This goes in a lot of different walks of life. I'm going to compare it to one very specific one. But it goes in a lot of different walks of life. You look at people that have been in trouble in the Boy Scouts. You look at people that have been in trouble in the Catholic Church. You look at people that have been in trouble in the police. You look at people that have been in trouble in the government. What it boils down to is cunts will find a way to cunt no matter what. Predators will find access. That's what predators do. That's why they're called predators.
Right.
Right? Is, they will find access. It is on the organizations and it is on the authorities to hold those predators accountable and not cover them up.
Yep. Agreed.
And that is where you have faith in the organization and shit happens. Predators got good at lying.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So they fake things. They get through. They fall through the cracks because it's very difficult. It's very easy to come off as a normal person. It's very difficult to stay. So I hope they try to do better vetting people. But it's good that he's been arrested. I hope the club don't come out with something stupid like he's got our full backing because that then burn that to the ground.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
And that's the important part. And it's unfortunate it happened and it shouldn't happen. But predators are going to predator.
I simply hope that gentleman has a really wonderful time in prison.
Absolutely.
I hope he gets exactly the attention he deserves while in prison.
100%. Real quick, I never told you what my odds were. They were plus 362.
Oh, no problem. Very good.
And in the fuck VAR theme, real quick, to finish on a lighthearted note, if we could, in the German second division, I don't know if anybody saw it, there is a masked fan after the referee was instructed to go to the VAR screen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. The German second division was able to figure out, well, I guess Germans love rules, don't they?
Right, yeah.
How to get VAR in every stadium in the country. Anyway, a fan, while the referee was running over, just as he got there, jumped out of his seat over the railing, unplugged the monitor, and fucked off as fast as he could. Fuck VAR.
Brilliant. All right. Next up is DU Does EFL, and then it'll be injury time. First, DU Does EFL is where we recap the rest of English football, and of course, injury time, where we're going to talk about the beers we were drinking, not checking on fantasy, but our adopted club, and then preview the weekend's action. Should you want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
One last time, it's patreon.com/DFootballShow. Sign up to that $5 tier. You'll get all the extra stuff that Sam's talking about, and do what you can to stick it to the motherfucking man. Unplug those monitors.
Very good. Till next week, everybody.
Good night.